By telling people not to do something, guess what? They're going to do it anyway. In today's video, I'm going to give my 2 cents when it comes to energy drinks and how to handle them in a respectable manner. Energy drinks are a fun thing. They are promised to be delivering stamina and power, advertised of great taste, very appealing to a lot of people. Yet so many actually handle them very irresponsibly, developing bad habits, which later on lead to bad health and death even, what many of you probably have already seen on the internet as well. In today's video, I want to give my perspective on how to handle them in a responsible, healthy manner and still enjoy them. When I think back in time, I had my very first energy drink when I was around 19 years of age. In today's time, though, a lot of children already on the way to school, by bus, by train, are consuming energy drinks like they are drinking tea, without consequences, without even thinking of any negative side effects, enjoying them while their bodies are actually still developing. A lot of people, once again, when we come back to the bad habits, they aren't just only consuming one drink, for example, a week or every 3 weeks. They are drinking 1, 2, 3, 4 cans a day, which is a very, very bad habit to develop just with any other, for example, drugs like cigarettes, alcohol, or anything different, It's simply too much over time. And by not living a healthy lifestyle to begin with, which includes walking, doing sport, thinking positively, eating well, resting well, that is actually a very important thing, because energy drinks are all about stamina and power. So when you're tired and you hear the word just alone, energy drink, it should give you energy, right? You should never consume an energy drink when you are restless, when you haven't slept enough. That's a no-go, because you will later on feel incredible side effects. And to avoid it is all about living a healthy lifestyle, like it's all also written on the can itself. To drink responsibly and to live a healthy lifestyle to begin with. A lot of people also believe the advertisement itself because it is well shot, well made in a manner full of activities, sport, crazy acts, left and right, up and down, jumping from a helicopter, diving into the ocean, from 500 meters and whatnot. So it's all about energy, it's all about movement, it's about quick decision making, basically. So people associate that with sport. You can do basically drink a Red Bull, a Monster energy drink, or anything else, and then continue with sport. So you're consuming something which gets your heart beating faster on itself, adding up sport, so something additionally where you have to work hard. The body has to work hard for you to grow muscle, to grow stamina, endurance, whatever you actually are aiming for. So you're now having two things which get the heart pumping even more. That can't be good, long-term wise, especially with the ingredients in an energy drink. It's not a healthy version of, for example, simply drinking a coffee, for example. So how do I handle energy drinks in general? I have done it from the very start very differently than most people. If we go by, for example, a 250 milliliter can, like here I have here a Red Bull, I consume that thing over the time frame of 3 to 5 hours. So I'm already having in my mind, I want to do some activity which actually gets me relaxed. I go the complete opposite way when it comes to energy drinks. Instead of having crazy activity, sport, power, any movement basically going on, I want to relax, I want to chillax completely. Reading a book, for example. I want to read a book for the next 3 to 5 hours. Something like that helps me to relax. I can take every now and then a sip and then simply enjoy it. Basically in this way, I own drinking an energy drink. Most people do not. They are at one point addicted to it, maybe addicted to the sugar levels or any other substance. Or when it comes to many other different things like cigarettes and alcohol, they are addicted at one point to it. because through it they can overcome certain problems. That people can basically run away from their problems by consuming and dumping themselves down. Not just dumping, but also numbing. I go the different path. 3 to 5 hours, a 250 milliliter can. Now if I go, for example, a Monster, which is 500 milliliters, don't get me wrong, I understand very well the symbolism behind everything. Yet still I enjoy it once in a while. That thing here, I drink eventually up to 13, 15 hours. Very slowly, very enjoyably. Doing whatever I'm doing, reading a book, maybe playing a computer game, maybe playing chess, maybe playing an adventurous game like The Elder Scrolls Skyrim. For 10 hours straight, after I have already done everything that needs to be done. Sport, good sleep, having eaten well, having done everything that needs to be done during the day, checking the stocks, investing something, doing something, having certain talks with certain people, relaxing, knowing I'm very well, having completely done everything that needed to be done on this very particular day and the next eventually, for example. And I can fully shut off playing a computer game for the next 5-10 hours and so on. Of course, standing up, getting something to eat and drink once again. But the message is clear, right? It is a very different approach. Something to drink over the course of several hours, maybe even half a day, to 10 minutes, what most people do. They consume them like drinking tea. And especially the energy drinks without any sparkling, in my eyes, are actually very dangerous, because once again, that actually can be felt as drinking tea without understanding how much sugar you put in, how much caffeine you put in, especially for people who are sensitive to those things. Sparkling, on the other hand, only allows a certain amount to drink, like you have with mineral water. You can't drink the entire bottle, you will be full very early on and actually burping a lot later on. So therefore always go with sparkling if you want to. Another thing to add simply being, I consumed one energy drink eventually per month. Eventually doesn't have to mean that it's every single month. They were actually years apart. Just a thing to add on, okay? Do not add any activity on that day when you're drinking that gets your heart pumping even more. So actually no sport, no heavy lifting, no running, no masturbation, nothing. You simply want to enjoy basically the time that you have with that energy drink and fully own it, like a cigar that you're eventually smoking. That you also don't rush like crazy, you actually slowly start to enjoy it. With the same with a whiskey. You want to have it slow, you want to enjoy it like a gentleman and not like a punk, like so many people do. They simply consume like crazy and later on sleep outside in the bushes, you know. Another thing that I have done very early on is on the next day, no sport. So if I drink a 250 milliliter can, no sport for the following day. If I drank a 500 milliliter can, no sport for 2 days. That's all. I've always done it that way and never had any side effects to think about, because I have always been cautious about these things from the very beginning when I was 19. Most people are not. They start to wonder, start to question things the moment they get the side effects. It's not just energy drinks, it could be cigarettes, it could be alcohol, it could be any other drug people are consuming over an extended period of time. Only then, when they feel certain pains, something is wrong, something feels too numb, they're not recovering in a way they actually should, that's when people start to question things. That's actually already too late in most cases. They already have certain side effects and it might take a long time once again to recover from it. So basically, to summarize it, always make sure that you are first old enough, above the age of 18 or 21 in certain other countries. You have eaten well, you have drank well, you have slept well, You have no worries that you have in the back of your mind that you are trying to run away from. You are feeling relaxed. Everything is okay with you. Maybe you have checked yourself before consuming stuff like that. You don't want to do sport after, even though it's advertised in such a way, and most people will tell you, yeah, you just can go do it anyway. This is just my perspective. I had no side effects to begin with. Many other people also do not. It's only, for example, for those very sensitive to high numbers of caffeine or the combination of everything inside it, especially the sugar levels. That's all you need to know about energy drinks. Being able to consume them in a respectfully healthy way, like a cigar, for example, slow and steady, easy, enjoyable, relaxing time, than having to rush it, flush it basically down your throat. That's not a nice approach to it. That's not even a classic way to approach things in general, to rush them, to quickly do something. Because many other people, for example, might be doing it. Take your time, enjoy it, fully own it. That's the main thing in life, actually, to fully own what you're doing, so that if something happens, you are fully responsible for it and no one else to blame for. Have the courage to be yourself.